Hi, welcome to another Urban Outdoorsman SoCal video. My name is Danny Milton, and today we're going to be talking about the Giant Rain 29'er. So this is going to be just kind of an update to the original review I did, which was over 2 months ago. And if you want to see that full review, you can click on that link there. This is just kind of like a follow-up. I had a chance to ride this bike again out at Santiago Oaks, another one of my local spots. So I wanted to take it out at Santiago Oaks just because, you know, it's a different trail, different climbs other than the luge. The climbs at Santiago Oaks tend to be a little bit longer, just maybe a little bit more technical in a couple of sections. And I wanted to see how it did climbing and how it did going downhill. So climbing with this bike is, in my opinion, pretty much average. It's not going to blow you away as far as, you know, how well it's going to climb, but it's also not going to be a dog, you know, going up those real long climbs. In my opinion, just for me, myself, I would probably switch that front chainring out to maybe a 30, maybe even a 28, depending on how, you know, much low speed torque I wanted to get out of it. So going downhill, this bike was still amazing. I took this bike down Hawk Trail and Chutes Ridgeline. So this bike, it did just as well as I remember it doing on the luge trail. I mean, with those 29-inch tires, the top section of Chutes, it just rolled over all those rocks really quickly, had a lot of stability. And on a couple of the sections at the top of Hawk Trail, there's one kind of staircase part where there's just a bunch of, you know, like 1.5 foot kind of, you know, rolling drop-offs. And it did really good. I mean, I can't believe how well this bike does as a 29'er, comparing it to, you know, a lot of the 27.5-inch bikes that I've ridden. It was just as quick and just as nimble on the front end as I remember it. There's a couple of parts on Hawk Trail where you're in really tight there's like one section where you kind of have to do a little drop off, and then you have to make a real sharp right-hand turn to get back into the trail. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's a difficult little turn, especially after the little roll or drop off. And this bike handled it, you know, just as good as any section it did on the luge. And it handles it just as well as any 27.5-inch bike that I've ridden on that trail. So in those bermy, kind of real tight turns, this bike does just as good, if not better, than any other bike that I've ridden, especially being a 29'er. A lot of the 29'ers that I've ridden have some to a lot of understeer depending on which one it is. And that's typically not something to worry about with a 27.5-inch bike. And this bike did just as good, if not better, than any of those 27.5 bikes that I've ridden. First time down the trail on this bike since the rains. Whew, got a little offline there. Haven't ridden this trail in a while. Bike is super lively, maybe just a little bit too much rebound, a little too fast. Nice and nimble though through all these quick little turns. This bike does not turn like a 29'er at all. It turns like a 27.5. All right. Woo. Back tire hit my butt there. Oh yeah. I thought I was gonna have trouble with that turn. That little low speed turn off that drop. Oh, excuse me, thank you. Just me. Got some people on the trail here. Thanks, man. Just me. Thank you, guys. Right. Very nice. Oh yeah, feeling good. Took that section really well. Going through these turns nice.
nice and solid off those little tiny jumps. Compression's much better now that I changed it a little bit. That was nice and perfect. Oh yeah. The rebound, not the compression. The rebound was just a touch too high. Just went down a couple of clicks and the bike is perfect. Not trying to break any records today. Just wanted to see how this bike would do on my second favorite place. Second favorite, English is hard. Second favorite local spot. All right. Hopefully there's not too many hikers. Woo. Oh, that's chunky. Thanks, guys. Just me. Oh, nice and crisp through that berm. This bike is, this 29'er is so not ride like a 29'er as far as turning radius and understeer, anything like that. So good. Whew. Getting a little chunky, a little rowdy. Started to lean a little too much on that one. Woo. Oh, so good. So much fun. I do definitely feel the difference between this fork, and I'm not exactly sure what model it is, and the Fox fork on the HD5.
So overall, this bike is amazing. I can't believe how great it is downhill. So one thing I would recommend is this Model 2 bike. It's a great bike, and I believe it starts at about $4,000, and you're gonna get a really good bike at that price. For me, I would go to the Model 1, which is $5,000. You're gonna get an upgraded front shock. You're gonna be going up to the Fox 36 Performance with the Grip 2. You're gonna be getting the Fox Float X2 in the rear. You're also going from an NX drivetrain to a GX drivetrain. And you're also going to the Code R brakes, the 4-piston Code R brakes, as opposed to the kind of, you know, cheaper knockoff of the Shimano XT brakes. So it's a really huge bump in components for that $1,000, and I would definitely recommend the Model 1. And the last thing I'm going to say about this bike is, yes, it's not the greatest climber, but as fun as this bike is on the downhill, it totally outweighs and just puts it over the top for me. I mean, this I've never had as much fun on pretty much any bike going downhill as I have on this one. I recently did the HD5, and that bike was really good on the downhills as well. But the Giant Rain 29'er, it's got the bigger wheels. It was just that little bit more fun going down the trails on the 29'er as compared to the HD5, and is definitely blew the doors off of the Santa Cruz High Tower. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. I know this is a really short video. Like I said, if you just caught this video, go watch my full review. I'll put the link up there again. Okay, do all that fun stuff for me, please. Like this video, share it with your friends. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And the last thing you can do is click on one of these boxes in the corners here. One will take you to a rides playlist, another to a favorite video, and always click that logo in the center, the Urban Outdoorsman SoCal logo, to subscribe. Thanks a lot.